all over the East Coast. But this is the first time actually I'm on the West Coast. Like we went to Nevada, all these national parks, Sequoia, Yosemite, Death Valley, to Las Vegas, to like right now here, driving around Silicon Valley. I think we've said hello to Job's wife a couple of days ago. I mean, we went to this house uh, where he actually lived all for the last days, and there were like a woman coming in, and we said hey, and she said yeah, hey. We googled like who that like Job's wife, and it looked like her. I don't know.
One of his first wives.
Huh?
It's one of his first wives, right?
I'm not sure. Like I've read the book and just get a little salad in my head all with all these wives of all these guys. So don't really remember which one, or I don't remember if she had all the whatever. I went to the Hewlett Packard garage. Went to Apple, all these kind of companies around to Stanford University. It's an amazing place. I mean, it's very calm and like nice place to do all these actual researches, and it's a nice weather all the time. Comparing in comparison with San Francisco, where it's cold. I mean, we came from Kiev, and it's a lot warmer there than in San Francisco actually, because all these mountains around they keep this all these clouds like, and it rains all the time and it's cloud all the time.
Yeah.
But in the valley, like not far away from here, like half an hour drive, and it's another climate zone, and it's always sunny. They have rain like 14 days a year, so it's
Okay.
uh, it's an interesting place. Next week we're going to Los Angeles. We have meetings over there too. Um, so it just just taking our feet wet in the markets, seeing what's going around in crypto in the states, because we are working in Ukraine, of course, in Russia, in Europe, with Asia. But of course, we have clients in states, and we have a company juridically settled in Florida with a bank account and everything, but we don't have an office settled yet.
Okay.
Uh, so just thinking if there is any chance to get inside the community, the blockchain community, inside the IT community, and see what we can share our expertise, our services, our products.
Yeah, and you guys have a very well, at least because this is so new. Um, you don't see a lot of well, in my case, we don't see a lot of developers developing blockchain solutions yet. um, I mean, not where, at least where in my circles, not. So I know in Silicon Valley this is hot, and also in New York. You guys should take a trip to New York. I was in New York 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's a different ecosystem. Um, so how did you guys get started?
It's true. It's true.
Bless you.
Thanks. Um, We actually started 12 years ago,
Okay.
just with a software development company. We did a lot of startups. We did our startups, that a lot of them failed, and we did. Then we switched to given the it's better to make a startup for the client, and we had a marketing. We have software development. We have different kinds of expertises like cybersecurity, all the penetration tests, audits of the websites, because we have all these complicated services that need security. So this is where another big expertise where Um, Also, we're like developing all kinds of like everything you don't see. It's not what is not the front end, what is the big huge stuff out there. The back end, that's what we do. And of course, we jumped into this blue ocean lately. 4 years ago, we jumped into blockchain. Did all kinds of stuff. I mean, from we even tried mining for just for ourselves, just to try it out what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we did, of course. Uh, we did mm, 4 ICOs. We have our crypto exchange, crypto fund, crypto wallet. We have Encrypto. It's a crowdfunding platform. We have all these products done, which we develop, and we use it, like we promote it as our projects, and we also sell them as a products, like to the people who are doing business on crypto exchanges, for example. It's They're always interested in new functionalities, in new like in developing their products, so we share expertise with them too. Um, we did interesting products in like through crowdfunding. Through like we developed interesting technologies through crowdfunding. It was a crypto taxi ITC. It's Encore. It's technology for intellectual property. It makes a hash mask of any digital content. It doesn't matter if it's text or video or music. Uh, it makes a hash mask, and it compares all the content through these hash masks were small, and they don't they're it's easy to compare them in comparing with the you can like comparing the whole content. And whenever we find the similar hash mask, we flag the owner of the property, whatever you're owning the video. If somebody uses your video somewhere, uh, we flag it out that somebody is using your video, for example, on his website like, and this is we don't do with that, but it's like for the owner to move the things forward. So it's like legal Google call it. It's Anchor. Uh, we did interesting projects. We actually did the first ICO made on Stellar, and
Okay.
Stellar did give a interesting bonus to the team because it was the first ICO done on Stellar. It was for the farming Smartlands. It was called. It was done for the client, for example. To make the story short about ourselves, we're in blockchain right now because it's a blue ocean, and it's we know we have this kind of a philosophy where we went from the business model when we compete with people in hourly rates. It's not that, I mean, it's not up to date model, and we believe more in products. Like whenever like a Salesforce has a CRM and
Yeah.
it sells it multiple times, like $1 million or software that sells it for $20 per month to you. This is the same about like crypto exchange. We're doing a good crypto exchange, adding all the time the functionality and so on. And we sell the product, and we sell the maintenance, the support, with all the updates and so on, and whenever and we sell it multiple times, which gives us two bonuses. First of all, time to do it from the scratch. It will take you from
A lot
half
of
a
time.
year to 2 years to develop the crypto exchange. We have it developed, and we do it. We make it for the client, like can take 2 weeks or 3 weeks, for example.
And
Uh,
is that crypto exchange product only so far for in Ukraine?
Say again, please.
Is that product that you have, blockchain or crypto exchange product, only for Ukraine so far?
No, it's we don't work for Ukraine. We don't work on the like Ukrainian market. There is not much going on actually. It's of
Yeah,
course everything is you cannot do business inside the country. It doesn't matter if it's Ukraine or states. If you're doing inside only one country, you have all the competitors around, and all
yeah,
the markets are settled like mostly.
yeah,
If not, it's not some like blue ocean thing, a new technology or a startup. You have to do internet, like you have to connect different countries. Somewhere you take the developers, somewhere you take the investors, some from the other country you take the expertise or some financial consultancy. So whenever you, it's like, I believe it's the only variant how to do business in the modern world, like
yeah,
to go global. And there is competitiveness of course too, but still not that much as
yeah,
inside each country. It doesn't matter there is no such country where there is no like everything you can do business easily or whatever.
yeah,
So we're so this is our philosophy. We went from competitiveness to I don't know if you read this book Peter Thiel's From Zero to One,
yep,
where he talks about the competitive businesses and monopolies.
yep,
And we're looking into these monopolies, into these things where we can build one of those. That's why we're having actually the startup. It's called Sapien. It's going to be the first human rating system. Every person will have its rating. As the
yep,
rating grows, the quality of your life grows. The more cryptocurrency you get from the service, the more offers you get from the businesses. It builds trust between people. So we believe, for example, in Sapien as a monopoly, and we go for it. And in software development business, it's of course it's a competitive business. That's why we have to jump. We jumped from hourly rates product uh, to products, and we're trying to build this global infrastructure underneath us. And right now we're in California here, networking with people, meeting people, and sharing our thoughts with them, sharing
yeah.
everything.
The hourly rate model is a commodity. um,
Yeah, it's always a survival. Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's the lowest. I mean anybody who's willing to go lower is pretty much, it's cooked. Um, and creating and building products is really hard. I mean, everybody think it's easy. It's not. It's very very hard. Um, but so how did you guys so you say you guys have either developed or done your own ICO, right?
Yep. Uh, yeah, we can talk about ourselves, no problem.
Yeah.
Uh,
How does one start an ICO?
how to start an ICO? You mean?
Yeah.
Uh, First of all, to start an ICO, you need a working business, whatever, or an
Okay.
idea, or a good idea. Uh, an ICO is just a crowdfunding thing. It's
Yeah.
how you collect, how you get investments to your business, and it's not the best idea actually to start an ICO. It's a very complicated process, and some like I mean, there are a lot more and like more easier ways to get things done. Going to banks, for example, getting credits. If the bank doesn't give you money, then don't start an idea. That's how I think.
Okay, so your recommendation is not to do an ICO.
I mean, it's not. I mean, the question is
It's
just
too complex. It's too complex to
That's
go for
no,
it.
it's not like too complex. It's not a game. It's not something. It's not a normal thing to do in your life. I mean, it's normal
Yeah.
to go jogging in the morning, but it's not okay for everybody to do ICOs. I think because you have to have a lot of experience, and you have to have this idea, work in business, and you need this need of crowdfunding.
Yeah.
And the most interesting thing that in blockchain, the philosophy of blockchain says that crowdfunding, like the ICO, after the ICO, the company doesn't belong to you; it belongs to all these people who gave you or invested in this company. So I would think many times, if you have a great idea, I wouldn't go into ICO. I wouldn't. I don't want to lose the company. Uh, that's why ICOs are not for everybody. It's a little circle of businesses or ideas. And if the blockchain community believes in these ideas and these people who stand behind those ideas or businesses, of course, it's a good variant, but it's just a small percentage out of all
Yeah.
uh, ways to crowdfund or to get the money into business.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm asking because number one, I mean, the people listening have probably never done an ICO. Myself, we have talked about doing an ICO here at Nitec. I mean, not doing it, more discussing it as an option. Like, what is it? Exploring the options. So that's why I'm asking, because if you've gone through it, for me it was I was like, you know what, it's probably not the best option. I thought my thinking is too damn complex. um, it's probably for other options. I don't know. And then I had to do my homework. So that's where the reason I'm asking, because it's hot. It's something that's being talked about, but at the same time, it's like like you said, it's crowdfunding. Like I did a movie about 3 years ago. I produced a movie, and we tried crowdfunding it, and it was not a good experience. So I was like, I don't want. Do I want to go through this again?
Uh, yeah, it's. I believe you had a good experience. All experience is a good experience, I believe.
Yeah.
Um, what is an SEO to me? Everything starts, of course, with a white paper. The white paper is a business plan, like a regular business plan for any business. Um and it can be so that whenever you want to do an SEO and you start with the white paper, and you can, if you're doing it professionally with like professionals, uh, you can come up uh, to the result that you don't need to do it, for example, because all the numbers, all the business analytics will tell you it's not the best thing to do it right now, or to do it like through ICO or whatever. If it works after you build this white paper, because you need business analytics there, you need to get a good CDO, like your CDO, who
Yeah.
will get into writing, and it takes a lot of time, and a lot of hours, and usually, the CDO also not that cheap, like for the companies. It doesn't matter it's your company or not, but all these technical writers, copywriters, translators, it takes time to develop it. It takes like a lot of brainstorming, building the token allocation, doing from the scratch a white paper is a huge thing, and it's like, I think it's the most complicated and the most important part of actually of the ICO. And if the white paper works out, this is like 50% of success of the project, because the investors will read it. A lot of people will not don't read the white papers, but there
Yeah.
will be one person in one small community that will read it and that will explain to everybody else what he thinks, or his thoughts about it.
Okay.
Um, Jorge, give me a second, please. I will come back to this. I'm sorry, because of this San Francisco weather,
Yeah. Yep.
in the valley, in the Silicon Valley, it's summer. Here it's autumn, like fall. I mean, it's very cold. Seriously, you have to wear. It's raining and cloudy, and you have to wear a jacket
Okay.
and sweater. I mean, a sweater and a jacket. And in the Silicon Valley, it's like it's such a difference. Like in the climate zones, in the Bay Area, somebody told me they have five climate zones in this Bay Area, which is 2 hour drive from one end to another.
Yeah, I've been there too, and it's really weird. I mean, over here, I'm across the border in Mexico right now, and I'm wearing a t-shirt. It's 80 degrees outside. Um, so talk to me about your interesting projects you've done with blockchain, because blockchain. I mean, for the people who are not know about it. I mean, they probably don't even know it's related to cryptocurrencies, that it's underpins cryptocurrencies. But most people think blockchain is just cryptocurrencies. So, but there's actually use to it. There's had many uses to it, and you guys have done a lot of projects in blockchain. Can you talk about a few of them?
Yeah, sure. I already did tell you about Encore and what it does. Uh, for example, we have a crypto exchange, and we sell it as a solution. For example, it's synchronized with Telegram, with messengers, another messenger, where you earn cryptocurrency, where you get cryptocurrency for just all the activities on the messenger. Whenever you text somebody, send pictures, whatever, the more active you are, the more cryptocurrency you get, for example. Uh, Another thing, we did Chronobase, we did Iron. It's for aviation.
Yeah, that
It's
one's
for the
interesting.
Yeah, Iron is for the pilots and for the aviation companies to record all their hours, all their flights, and we put it on the blockchain. Um, we have Chronobase. It's for expensive watches over $10,000. You they have a serial number. Every watch has a serial number. You put it in the blockchain and you record everything what's happening, like to get them saved from the copies, to sell them, to whatever happens. To them it gets into the blockchain, and big watch company got this technology for them. um, we have um, I can tell you, like, this interest in SEO we're doing right now. I think this will be more interesting to your community, because whatever happened, it's like it's already working businesses. So you can share the link, and they can go and
Yeah,
see
yeah,
your
yeah.
portfolio.
Talk about it.
Actually, I would like to tell you more about Sapien. It's
Yeah.
first human rating system. Uh,
Is that already active?
it's launching right now. We have a white paper done, a huge white paper. We have a presentation website, and we have the apps done. Like the product is done already, and we're starting from the user acquisition. We're launching the ICO, iOS, and then the Android apps, and we starting from the blockchain community. Like uh, we have community. We can share the information with, and if the technology sapien will go viral, it will attract, of course, like investors and everybody else. We don't want to promote as like usually like
Yeah.
SEOs are doing, and like, as you know, SEOs are done from the ideas. and we have the product done, and it's gonna it's gonna be like huge ICO. Uh, so just a couple words about the functionality and what it's about. Uh, it's going to be the first human rating. It will have scores and from 1 to 10. And first of all, like your rating, it starts from filling the profile. The more information you will put in, I mean, your link to Facebook, LinkedIn, it shows you that you're an open person. And we give you rating already. And whenever somebody meets you on the street, and if you have at least some rating, some score, he will believe you more than if you don't have anything. I mean, it's your ID. That what brings trust. I mean, if you share your telephone number with a person, it brings trust to you. Afterwards, the second part from which your rating is consists is like ratings from your friends, from your family, just from regular people on the street. On the stranger, you hit somebody's car, somebody will rate you. And also an open up APIs with different third-party companies or even governmental organization or city um, uh, with the cities. For example, if you get it, you don't pay for a ticket, your rating will go down. If your kid is having bad grades in school, your rating will go down. His like your kid's rating will go down, uh, and this like this rating, this credits score, uh, social credit score. I mean, besides giving this trust between people. I mean, whenever you, for example, you need your air conditioner repaired, you're choosing between two people. Like one person is doesn't have rating anything, just a black cat to you, and another has one. I mean, and you can see comments, and everything sits on blockchain. And if you believe the blockchain, you believe this like information. Uh, which of these people you will choose to repair your conditioner? And if somebody and like and you don't and you trust this person when she does the she's doing the repairments, because if something happens, you can write her down like twice, and she will feel it from all the like for all, we're in the Sapien we're doing a lot of motivation to get people grow this rating, to get better
So you're gonna build some gamification components into it.
I wouldn't say gamification components. Whenever it's just
Yeah, yeah, and that's it. Not
one rated one rate one score is something in cryptocurrency we pay.
okay.
uh, if your rating grows every day you get this cryptocurrency, you can get it out. We have the exchange, we will list our token, our electrum. This That's the name of our crypto. um, you can do you and at the end like we have this roadmap, and at the end we will make people even pay with the businesses, they will pay with elections right away. And we will have also the rating of businesses. We will have the first actually global business rating, because Uber has rating like all
Yeah.
booking, Amazon, Alibaba, whatever companies, they have their own ratings. We
Yep.
will have one unique rating that can fit any kind of e-commerce websites, any kind of businesses, any communities, uh, and this will be the first business rating sitting on blockchain. Uh, and I will explain you later what means so that we're trying to do this first positive comments actually, because usually I leave in like negative comments anywhere.
Yeah.
And we would like our philosophy of Sapien is that we're teaching people like not to be negative. I mean, not like to teach people to comment why they put this or that rate to this or that person. And the business rating, for example, it will consist of like also three components. First of all, and the most interesting and the unique one is that the rating of all the people working in this business um, influences the rating of the business actually, because the rating of these people actually influences what kind of
Business you
product
have.
or services they do actually.
Yeah.
And this is how, for example, just a local little restaurant with very nice people with big rating, they will have better rating, for example, than some very famous restaurant, but on some listings, on some websites, on some places. But uh, this is how we shall make this, truth uh, come up, I would say.
What are your expectations for Sapien?
Sapien is one of the biggest startups I've ever done, and I'm putting all my experience and all my expertise in it. We've developed. I have a very good team working for Sapien, and uh, I believe in this project very much. It's very, this idea is absolutely unique. Is absolutely unique. There is just a credit score in China right now working, but
Yeah.
it's a centralized one. It's coming from the government. They're
Yeah.
like doing whatever they want, but we're building
Yeah.
decentralized service. This is like the whole difference. Last year, 200,000 people didn't leave the country because they had low credit score in this China credit score system. So you will like a lot of people are bearing in mind this idea, and a lot of people saw and know this idea, but somebody needs to do it, and
Yeah.
we're doing it, and we're not doing it from the scratch with just an idea or vision. We did the product already, a good working product that can scale, and we are waiting for 500 million people in it, for 500 million digital sapiens that we have on the planet right now. This is that much the market is. The people who are using smartphones and have internet. This is how big sapien can be. Uh, and we shall follow that number. We shall go to that number. As I told you, we will start from our blockchain community. Like 100, like 200,000 people, and if they will catch up the idea, if they said they will like it, it will go viral. We shall
Yeah.
get this, like we shall go. We shall move very fast, and we shall get investors, and we shall get the business going. And it doesn't matter if it's going to be like crowdfunding, open ICO, it's going to be a private sale. It all doesn't matter. It matters only the technology, and if it gives any use in the like in the society, if it's useful or not, if it works or not, if it's viral or not. That's all it matters actually at the end.
I want to commend you for doing it. Um, I did a TV show 3 years ago where I talked about the quote unquote reputation economy. So basically, like the question was, what if you live in a world where kind of like looking at the future of work,
Okay.
and then the future of work. So that's kind of like the topic that they asked me to participate in, and I said the future of work works similar to what Uber is doing, where you have a rating system, but this rating system is going to be everybody's going to have one as citizens, and you got a city will have its own currency. That's the type of stuff that I was telling them in the TV show, and but at the same time, that was a long time ago. 3 years. I mean, 3 years in tech is a lot. um, is a lot of time. But you
Sure.
can start seeing the way to do it. But somebody, like you said, somebody has to do it, right? So I commend you for doing it, for going for it, because
Thanks.
it's very important. And I agree with you that the system that China is implementing, which is closed, is I mean it goes with with the way they operate. Um, China is closed minded. um,
Yep.
but that's not really the model for everybody.
I mean, Chinese people are not closed-minded. The government is, but
The
it has
government,
the
the
right to
government.
do it because it protects its people from
All
bad
types of shit.
investments. I mean, it's I salute to the Chinese government and to the American government, which is doing it. Sure.
Yeah. So how do you see? Um, you said that you don't want to do the typical marketing thing is to talk about it, right? To non-stop talk about it. So you're taking a different approach. What approach is that?
Didn't get you. What the approach to what to
To
Sapien?
yeah, to go to market.
Uh, Another approach with Sapien, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, as I told you, we're doing it from the product, doing going from the product, already done product, and from the user acquisitions, showing the how the business model works, the monetization works, and then attracting uh, funds for marketing and for marketing it's actually professional because right now I believe in myself, I believe in my team, but of course we need more professionals to show us, to tell us how what monetization to put in, uh, how to market it correctly.
Yeah.
Of course, I understand everything in marketing, and I have my experience and so on, and I have my vision and I have the vision of our team. But anyway, we need a lot more stronger advisors and consultants to do that. And another thing we're doing in Sapien is an ambassador program. You go to the website, you do the application for the ambassador. For example, Jorge, like for example, you could be a good one. You could be a good advisor, for example, for Sapien. Advisors are the people who share the philosophy of Sapien, and all these people, all these advisors and consultants that give the trust before the community to our startup, to our technology. If you're interested in that, sure, we shall
Yeah.
get a partnership with you, with Sapien as an advisor, and you can share the information about our technology and what's going on with your community, of course.
Yes, of course. You can talk about it. So when did you officially launch? It's not you said there's a website, right?
We have everything done. We're just picking up the right date for the launch to do it right correctly. To the end of the month, to the end of the September, start of October. It's we shall like you need to wait for the improvement from the App Store and so on.
Oh,
So it will take another couple of weeks, and we shall get it.
so so it's gonna be Android and Apple, iOS.
Yep, yep, yep. It will be two absolutely fully working applications where you start getting credit and start getting the tokens actually, because after the SEO we shall after we get the monetization done, we according to how much rating everybody will get, we shall split the also the electrons around all the people. who did start it from the very beginning, because for the even there are a lot of algorithms for every day in Sapien you get a credit and you get electrons. um, and actually, Sapien as a rating, as a business and a human rating, it's just on the first step. It's a huge step, but it's the first step. The second one, we're looking for building the first decentralized virtual nation, actually,
Yeah.
which we will build. Either it will be sorry, hold on. Okay, hold on a second.
Yeah, no problem.
This noises. Sorry, give me 10 minutes. Oh my God. I have a guy and he doesn't understand me. Sorry.
There's a what?
There is a plumber.
Oh crap.
He's repairing a bathtub, and I'm telling him, and he doesn't understand me. I'm sorry.
It doesn't understand you.
He doesn't understand English, and I'm not that good in Spanish.
The you wanna well uh
Do you have these noises or?
I hear it. Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
If if he's in Spanish, just tell him, hey, estoy en una llamada.
Okay. I don't think. Well,
I can tell him. I can tell him.
okay, I will just move to that place. Sorry for that. I mean, it's this is why we're building this community of people who share the philosophy and what's going on around your lives, how to live your life correctly. I mean, with no noise around.
No
Yeah.
problem, man. No problem. No worries. So,
Thanks.
so how do you get around? I mean, because you got me thinking now of more questions. Um, how do you get around the? Do you remember the application Clout?
Cloud.
Yeah, I think it's still active, but they're gonna shut it down. Clout with a K. Clout.
Okay.
It was a rating system when I think it started like 6, 7 years, 8 years ago, probably. When everything in social media started exploding and everybody's like, oh, who's an influencer and who's not, and then they created this thing, Clout, that kind of took all your social signals, put them together, and created a score. And then you started seeing it, like for example, Hootsuite would use that, or they connected to it, and then in your Hootsuite profile, anybody would go on there and look at your rating system. And I remember they put Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg and all these dudes who are never in social media. They got 100 clout, but they never tweet. They never do anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I believe it's shutting down now. I don't know why the reasons are, but I know it became kind of like a hype thing at the beginning, but then it didn't. How do you protect yourself from that?
Um, sometimes one of the questions of Peter Thiel and his book From Zero to One is it the right time for the product? I
Yeah,
mean, and
yeah,
for example, before the Facebook, this regular answer. I mean, before the Facebook, there were people around, but it probably wasn't done correctly, or it was not the good time for it. Don't cannot um, comment on Cloud actually, and what hype they did, or what were they doing and why did they fail or something. Uh, but I would say next, like today, blockchain as a technology brought this trust and like this word trust, like you believe the technology because you can change the information, and because it's like a hyper, like decentralized ledger of information. And uh, with those technologies they had before, there was no like, for example, like all there are all kinds of websites that have rating right now.
Yeah.
But who is doing this rating? It's whether an social media manager who is sitting in the office and pulling all this from different with different pictures, photos, and so on. And everybody, like, no, a lot of people don't believe all those ratings. Like if it's a small business, I mean, if it's a huge business, you will see like it's like a hotel, for example, where some website. Uh, they will have a lot of negative comments, and people will just leave bad ratings. For the good ratings, they usually don't have that much time. Of course, there are startups right now like Yelp, and they have lots, like TripAdvisor and so on. They have lots of good comments, and this is how we want to teach our community too, our Sapien community. But now I believe with blockchain, with this technology, we can try it out. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the details about the cloud, but if it was something like that with the scores, okay, let it be. I'm sure they didn't have blockchain, and they didn't have
No, 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 no.
the
It was a different thing.
the this understanding of the community, that it's, like, for example, I would tell also Facebook died, according to Pavel Durov, is the creator of Telegram and a huge $2 billion ICO at home. um, he said that Facebook died in 2010, and he was one of the creators of Contacti. It's a huge. It's also It's like Facebook in Russia, Belarus, Ukraine, uh, and he knows what he was speaking about. I mean, I believe him. And he told me that Facebook died as the like not Facebook. He said, so, I'm sorry. He said social networks died in 2010, even though he had a social network, and I think he has the right to say that. Had the right to say that. And for example, I would like tell it like Facebook, if you want to chat with people, you used to go to Facebook before. Now you're going to messengers, all
Yeah,
the groups, everything is going there. If you try to watch a video or a photo, you go to Instagram, where is only pictures and photos, pictures and videos, I mean. And if you want to get more information about a person, like to find more stuff, you go to LinkedIn, you go to Facebook. But we want now to change it, that people will go to Sapien. I mean, they will use messengers, Instagram, and Sapien, not Facebook, for all these three main stuff of any social network.
yeah. Now I mean, because you said it yourself, it's a digital citizen. Um, so at the beginning, people will depend on this, right? But you want it to be, whereas, like, for example, I'm here in Tijuana. Um, you want it all everybody to be a Sapien user, even though they probably don't know about blockchain.
Yeah,
So that's
we're
kind of,
talking about right now. We're talking about just to start with the big cities and the blockchain community, and who believes and shares the philosophy.
yeah,
But I believe in people in Tijuana. They use Facebook, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So it takes time to become Facebook, of course,
yeah,
and we, I believe that Sapien can come to Tijuana, but anyway, even with the greatest success there can be, it will take years to
yeah,
get there, of course. Or things are speeding up, and who knows? Maybe Sapien they will be even faster, because people, we believe in only one motivation in this life. It's money. That's why Sapien pays money to it. He takes money from the business model that we earn from the businesses, and then we give this money to every person that wants to upgrade himself, who wants to get his rating up,
Okay.
and we give him money. And I think people, young people in Tijuana, they're interested in getting like when you're in school, like when you're getting a um, like you're getting
Scholarships. Scholarship.
scholarships. It's whenever this is it. People will get money from Sapien, and they will get great offers from all the businesses around. I mean, you can get you will go to the bank will trust you more, and he will give you money more gladly than without a credit score, and he will probably give you with a lower percentage rate. So it's about that. If you will check out from a hotel, if they see your rating on the blockchain, the hotel like cooperates with us. They will not do any checkouts with you or do anything. I mean, they will believe you and trust you, and they will not check the room after you, for example. Then there are thousands and thousands of offers from all these thousands of businesses that will be in Sapien too, because we shall give them some promotion as like a push, like whether you're going somewhere in the street and you want to find some restaurant, and you get all these restaurants that give you different offers according to your rating. And of course, we will promote businesses that will pay us with our electrums. So this electrum circle will go around businesses, and another business model, it's infrastructures for the sapiens. Uh,
So
and we're
how does Sapien make money?
Sapien is will be making money from sending push messages to the people that are like around the business, and or this will be a priority search thing.
Okay.
Like whenever you're searching for anything around, we shall put, like, because of the huge amount of business in it, we shall put higher businesses that are paying us.
So there's a component like a pay-per-click, for example, or
Um,
promoted stuff.
yeah, no, we're not promoting stuff, not literally like banners or whatever.
Yeah, no,
Of
no, no.
course, it's just our philosophy is that if the business is with a high rating,
Okay.
it will pay less for promotion than a business with a lower rating.
Yeah.
This is also motivation for business to grow and pay us less for putting them in the
And then
search or like prior we shall send push messages, whatever.
you take a percentage of what you make and then use that to pay the citizen for actions they
Yeah.
do.
Yep. This is how we believe we can motivate people. Yes.
Okay. And everybody who participates a digital be familiar with the type of currency that you'll be using. If is it going to be currency, or is it like a Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Right now it's like on the we're thinking on the that we did the good choice doing it with the ERC20 standard, which is Ethereum. Because we need a lot of information to put in, because it's all the history that happens to you, all the ratings, all the offers, all everything, and we want to get it all into blockchain to get more record of trust, all this trust.
Okay. Well, listen, I don't want to take too much of your time. I think we've been on for an hour now.
Cool. Thank
But
you very much.
thank you for sharing your project, your insight, your know-how, um, with my audience. I'm for sure certain that they will learn something today.
Yep. Hope so
um,
too.
okay, so
Yeah, I
before,
think this is an interesting cooperation between us, between our communities. We have a lot of products and a lot of expertise to share. So let's get one more meetup sometimes later and see how things are going.
how do I, or how can people find you?
Through Facebook, LinkedIn, through any channels. They're the most popular that exist nowadays.
Okay, and you'll share with me the links to Sapien and all the stuff,
Yeah,
so
I would
I
like
can.
to share with you first of all Sapien, the white paper, the light paper we're having right now, and I would like to share our like the presentation of our software development company with the blockchain expertise, and whenever who is in like needs any kind of a consultancy, whatever, we're open minded. We're open to meeting people, networking, sharing knowledge, like with you. So open for all of that. And
Very
there will
good.
be all the contacts. I mean, you have my LinkedIn, and I'm even though I have managers sitting on my profile, but I'm checking all the emails, like all the messages, time from time, like every day. Every day, yeah, I would say.
Yeah, well, that's how you and I met.
Cool.
Through LinkedIn.
Cool, Jorge. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks for the questions. It was a pleasure.
All right, sir. Hey, so thank you so much, and I'll share this when it's up. When it's up.
Yep. Share the video.
Yeah,
Sure.
the
Cool.
video and the blog post.
Thank you.
And then if you need something else from me, let me know.
Cool. Thank you. Let's keep in touch, and I will send you everything. Also, what I've told. Thanks.
Sounds good, man. Take it easy. Bye bye.